I never hosted NBA Tonight. I never hosted NHL Tonight. That was Bill Pito's territory. But I did do one of my first assignments when I was there. I think it was, you might want to look this up, Chris. I think you look like you're already looking something else up right now, but you might want to look this up. I think I did the intermission. I hosted the intermission segments for a 4 overtime playoff hockey game. I think between the Penguins and
Flyers.
Could have been the Flyers Penguins. It was at the time the third longest hockey game in the history of hockey. The 2 other ones were from the 30s, well before there was television, let alone cable television sponsored intermission segments. I held a record at that point in time. So that was my only NHL, but I went up to NHL Tonight where Pito went on the air, I think, at 2:45 in the morning.
Was this in 2000?
No, this was in 1996.
Okay. Because the Flyers Penguins played a 5 OT in 2000.
And here's another one, Rece. I hosted one single RPM Tonight. The one, I think because Kenny Mayne got sick or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I think I went on the air and started by saying, I'm the only host in RPM Tonight history who has to call AAA to change a tire.
That's a great line.
I'm the only one.
I did not recall that.
I'm the only host in RPM Tonight history who's got to call AAA to change a tire.
Right.
I got
April
nothing.
24th, 96,
Yes.
Penguins, Caps.
There you go.
Peter Nedved in the 4th overtime.
God bless him. He sent me home and Bill
Sends
Pito
him
on the
home.
air. And I was, I got there in February of 96. So that's what I was doing. It's probably a few sports centers with you. And then that's it. Those are my only 2-night historic moments, Rece, back in the day.
Yeah, it was quite a training ground. I did a few of those intermissions as well, and you were kind of out there without much of a safety net, but it was fun, man. I mean, those are the things you end up talking about more than anything else. Is those nights or the night that Jim Everett and Jim Rome got in a fight, that
predated me. Were you there? Were you there?
Call me Chrissy one more time and all that stuff.
Were you there for that, Rece? Because that predated me.
I don't think I was there. I think I was on the old Sports Smash the night after, so it was still buzzing. I don't know if Kenny had duty that night or who it was, but that was my first assignment, was the Sports Smash updates at the top and the bottom of the hour on the old ESPN2 grunge graphic look.
Well, you could have, Rece, done those State Farm deep fakes as yourself. You're I think the only one that could have done it today without any deep fake, because you look exactly the same as you did back in 1997 and 98. You're the only one, I think, Rece. I don't know what's in the water with you.
My son and I were just sort of laughing about the way you age and how much different you look, because they pulled out the first Kevin Garnett game in Chicago last night on the SVP show, and Levy and I had quite the salad on top of our hair, which coincidentally looks a lot like my quarantine hair right now.
Nice.
There was a lot of it, but you I don't know. I think I look a lot different, but I do fear that one day I'm just going to wake up and, right now I'm 54 and hopefully I can pass for that or a few years younger, but I'm afraid that one morning I'm just going to wake up and look in the mirror and I'm going to look 83.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to like Bob Barker at one day where you're going to suddenly look 80 years older.
Like, Rece, do you get carded? Come on, man.
Yeah, I take it as a compliment when it happens. Yeah.
Are you serious? You really get carded in Connecticut?
No, I don't get carded.
Okay,
no. Sometimes I think I want to be, and then I realize that the thing that has made me grasp my age is I won't say I was offended, but up until the last few years, you'd meet somebody at college game day and some kid would say, hey, I grew up watching you. And I'd almost be offended by it and go, no, you didn't. I haven't been doing that this long. And then it occurs to me, wait a minute, you're the same age as my kids, and my kids certainly grew up watching me, so yeah, I guess you did. So,
Rece, I remember you and your wife were so kind in my first year there. We were talking about 96, so I spent Thanksgiving of 96 with you in your house. You invited me there because, my parents lived in New Jersey at the time, and I couldn't get there. I think I was doing a sports center or something like that. You invited me in. How old was your son in 96? Was he born yet? Or was he?
No, he had not been born yet. He was born in summer of 97. So.
God. I hear from people, I grew up watching you too, and I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, I'm 29, I'm 31, and I'm like, oh my God. That they were like in fourth, fifth grade. Like
it's a little daunting to say the least.
I know. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.